1.
The end of the session, P6.
Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen. We've just joined us. We're just about to get underway in the opening round of the GT3 League for 2021. I'm your host Shane Gilfeather, broadcasting live from Racecentre inside Entertainment Park in Bankstown. We've got 12 rounds this year, and we're definitely starting in the best track of all, which is Bathurst. So the guys are just about to start the quali, or just starting the quali. We've got low numbers, but a couple of guys are running late, so we'll see if they'll join in later. And we'll see who's out on track. Okay, so we're currently watching. Let's have a look. Okay, I think that's one of our rookies, Demetrius Iliopoulos. And he's been on fire in that red Ferrari there. So look out for him at the top of the timesheets. We've got some old favourites as well. Nick Fiddick, go to him in the Bentley. He's just coming down Skyline in his outlap at the moment, so he's just warming up his tyres, as you can see. He's a long-time campaigner of our GT3 series, loves his GT3s, and definitely makes an effort to get here at Entertainment Park to join us live in the race room that we've got here at Racecentre. Another driver in that's been with us for a while is Harrison Tebb, driving in the beautiful Scott Taylor Motorsport Mercedes AMG. And we've got Jake Elder in the BMW. Jake showed himself in our opening round of the V8 League by taking out a couple of wins, but just missing out on the round win itself. So he'll be up the front, putting the Beamer up the front. We've got Paul Anderson. He's just joined us for the first time, so we wish him well tonight. He's driving in the Bentley for Bentley Team ART. And we've got big shout out to some drivers who couldn't make it but are at home watching it on their big screen TV. Hopefully it's good size. Make sure you comment and give us a shout out. Say g'day. As we've got 6 minutes left in the quali, looks like a lot of the drivers are out on track on their outlap at the moment. We've got Paul Anderson setting the times, as you can see in the purple sectors there, with a definitely posting down a flying lap at the moment, and this will mean the other guys will really have to chase chase that time. Not too sure how what Paul's like. So we just put on the audio for the... No, that's not going to work. Just got to sort out the desktop audio. Won't be a moment. Okay, that should be the car noise as well, so we'll hear them screaming around the mountain. So we're following the Bentley. Beautiful sounding car, the Bentley. And Paul Anderson gives us a chase time of 2:07.833. Very competitive time there, but we can see his best sectors have been overtaken. And we'll just see who that is. I'll just quickly see who's on the flyers at the moment. Everyone's on purple sectors, so the times are going to be coming down gradually. And there's Jake Elder posting at 2:07.589. Not too much quicker than Paul Anderson, so this will be very competitive watching the race. Each race is about 25 minutes. We're going to have 3 races tonight, so make sure you stay tuned for all 3 and cheer on your best, most favourite driver. Okay, just under halfway through. Nick Fiddick, 2:05.5, really foxing his colours, his times there. He's been sandbagging all practice session. Now he's just smashed it. So we'll cut across to Nick Fiddick, who's just set the fastest time in the Bentley. 2:05.5. Wow, that's going to be hard to beat. You can see the other times there. Now at least a good 2 seconds off the pace. Still waiting for Scott Flack to join the crew. He's our current F1 league champion of 2020, circulating in the McLaren. He'll be posting some times now. Beautiful livery on the McLaren 650. Scott Flack going up Mountain Straight. Couple of new guys with us tonight, so we'll see how they fare against our regulars. Nick Fiddick, Harrison Tebb, Jake Elder, Scott Flack. You see Scott Flack just locking up the fronts, bringing the rear around. That's one way of getting up the car quickly, but not very consistent way of getting up. But he's managed to hold it, and let's see if he gets a... No, he's pulled up a green sector, which is his personal best, but he's half a second off the pace there, just tapping the wall. That won't disqualify his lap, but it will affect his overall time there. Just go on board with Scott Flack as he heads down in the Forest Elbow. Just overshoots, doesn't get the apex there, and has to pull it up before hitting the wall on the outside. Very famous for Dick Johnson going right there into the bush. But he avoids that. Thankfully, thanks to the technology of the GT3s these days, the downforce and the grip these cars have, making a more enjoyable car to drive. Jake Elder's improved his time. He's up in the P2 at the moment. As he's currently in P2, front row of the grid with Nick Fiddick. We'll see Scott cross the line, probably P3, P4. With a minute 50 to go, he's slid into P4 at the moment. Looks like Harrison Tebb's just sitting in the pit lane. We'll see how Demetrius is going. Oh, just got him as he smashed into the wall at Forest Elbow. Definitely going to affect his time there for that lap, and hopefully he'll get one more lap in before the end of quali. Harrison Tebb back out on track now, but I'm not too sure if he'll be able to complete a lap before the end of quali to post his fastest time. So it looks like he'll sit in P3 unless he's taken by Scott Flack, who could be on another flyer. No, he's on an outlap as well. So I don't think he's going to cross the line before that timer runs deep for the zeros. So that'll probably see him starting P4 at the moment. Paul Anderson in the Bentley is going to have to be happy with his first hot lap, because looks like he won't be improving on that lap time at the moment with a 2:05.464. Okay, so it looks like Nick's posted a faster time there, 2:05.464, cutting it by about 0.3 of a second there. So looks like he's been quite consistent in the 2:05s, posting the fastest last sector of the session so far. That's the end of the quali session, so we'll see where everyone's at and whether they're on a timed lap. Looks like Nick's still on his last timed lap, so we'll catch back there. Jake Elder on top of Skyline there, coming down. He's only just off his personal best, like 0.2, but if he's hit the wall there, then it's going to affect him. I know he was complaining about a sticky throttle before, so it's going to be hard for him to pull up down in these two sections. You see him just scrape the outside of Forest Elbow there. He won't. I don't think he'll be improving because he's not on his PB, which got him into P2. But Nick Fiddick definitely claiming pole for that one, unless there's Harrison in the pit lane at the moment. Paul Anderson taking his checkered. So that still remains in P5 at the moment. Demetrius is coming down. He's got 5 seconds across the line to improve his lap time. He looks pretty tight there, 2:05. Crossing the line with a 2:08. So he's PB, and he'll start from P6. Okay, so that looks like everyone has completed their lap, so we'll look at the quali session results, and that's Nick Fiddick taking pole with a 2:05.464. Very close behind him is Jake Elder in the BMW for Studi BMW with a 2:05.593. Harrison Tebb in the Merc 2:05.7, so this is going to be quite tight for the top three. Scott Flack won't take long to get up to speed as well. He's in the McLaren, Sticks McLaren, and then we've got Paul Anderson in P5 and Demetrius in P6. Alright, so we're going to go into the race. Alright. Okay, so there are the results. We're going to get into the race now. It's going to be a formation lap. So we'll check out the boys. We'll just flick it across.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
Okay, so we're broadcasting live from Entertainment Park. If you haven't heard of it, make sure you check it out. Entertainment Park Sydney on Facebook. Massive complex with 10-pin bowling, go-karting. Just waiting for the guys Guys to grid. Grid, grid, grid. I do apologise, ladies and gents, we just got to quickly restart the race, making sure everyone
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
gets in. Make sure you take your fuel out and join. We just had one of our rookies who missed the start line there, so we've had to join him into the session, making sure he's not disappointed and has to start from pit lane. Okay, so we see the guys gridding up at the moment. So we're following Dimitris Iliopoulos in the Ferrari, Maranello Ferrari 488. He's one of our rookies starting tonight. Harrison Tebb in the beautiful and bright AMG for Scott Taylor Motorsport. So we're just on a formation lap at the moment. We'll just quickly look at the starting order while we're going up the cutting. So I've got Nick Fittick, Jake Elder on the front row. Behind him, Harrison Tebb and Scott Taylor Motorsport. AMG as mentioned before. Next to him will be Scott Flack, current Formula 1 champion. Then the third row we've got Paul Anderson and Dimitris Iliopoulos. So hopefully the guys get a clean launch off the start line. We'll see who's got better in their clutch release. Hello to Hello Caesar out there supporting us on YouTube. Make sure you join the conversation live on our YouTube chat. Just see the guys just warming up the tyres as we're coming down Forest Elbow now. Make sure we're getting them up to temp. So look out for Nick Fittick. He did quite well in the last race of the GT3 League last year, which was at Bathurst as well. So definitely warming up the front lefts there. You can see him just a bit of puff of smoke there. Whoa, Harrison Tebb almost losing it there. See the guys just lining up, getting back into their grid spot for the opening round of Racecentre League 2021. Okay, round one, here we go. Just waiting for the lights now. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we should be off for our opening round 2021. Here we go. There's a green flag. Oh, Nick Fittick getting swamped off the start. Scott Flack from the second row gets the jump on Jake Elder, who just runs wide in the hell corner. It's going to be a drag race straight up. We see Demetrius gaining a spot there as well ahead of Paul Anderson. It's going to be Scott Flack into the corner, but who's going to take P2 into Griffin's Bend? Oh, I think just crossing the front nose of Nick Fiddick there, of Jake Elder I should say. He's got a good run up the hill as Scott Flack's up the inside, takes us up around the cutting. We've got an accident. That's Demetrius getting stuck there on the cutting, but it's up the front. It's Scott Flack taking it across the top, closely followed by Nick Fiddick and Jake Elder. Look at this, great shot as we see. Oh, that's Fiddick locking up, coming into the dip, and Scott Flack probably walking a bit maybe. Nick Fiddick just unaware, trying to get up in his mirrors. And Nick Fiddick get a good run out of Forest Elbow. Looks like Scott's quite clean there. But drafting's definitely going to be an issue coming down. Scott will probably be swept down there with the drafting. Passing, going into the chase. What a great shot that is. Coming into the chase, opening lap. Nick Fiddick getting the job done. So he's trying to protect his line from Jake Elder in P3. But here comes Harrison Tebb squeezing in on the back of this lot. So it's a four-way battle. As Nick Fiddick crossing the line after a bad start, he's managed to make his way back to the front now. In P1, Willie starts stretching ahead. He's already put a minor gap on. That's another drag up Mountain Straight. We'll see, and then we can see Paul Anderson in the background there, just taking it into Hell Corner there. Scott Flack trying to chase down Nick Fiddick. Griffin's Bend into the cutting. Scott Flack taking a nice wide, but he's missed his apex and his braking marker. There goes Jake Elder. He's not going to blink twice. He's going to take that opportunity because he needs to chase down Nick Fiddick out in front. But looks like Harrison Tebb's coming up the back of Scott Flack as well. So we're watching Jake Elder at the moment, currently in P2. Watch him come down Skyline, see how he gets it done nice and tight there. Fiddick getting wide and loose. Is that enough room for Nick Fiddick to get him up beside Nick Fiddick? Nick Fiddick just locking up a fair bit into Griffin's Bend, but Jake just pushing wide there into the elbow. We can see Harrison Tebb coming on the back of these three, making a four-way battle for the front. They're not really pulling away from each other, just got a nice comfortable gap at the moment. Jake Elder just squeezing up under brakes. Looks like he's handling the braking a bit better than Nick. Look back to see what's happening there. Stretch a bit down the home stretch. That's the fastest lap for Nick Fiddick at 206.9, which is coming under the 207. He's got a good run up the straight there. Harrison Tebb still in touch there in P4. We're only 5 minutes down, and so the guys have got to start thinking about their tyre wear and how it's affecting whether they'll make it to the end of the race. Might catch a few guys out towards the end. That's Harrison Tebb squeezing on the back of Scott Flack at the moment. Can't miss that, Scott Taylor. line, a tight line through there. You can see gaining up on the back. Putting his really Scott's rear view mirrors. He's backed off a little bit. He wants to get a good run out because he knows, oh, that's Scott just. Harrison Tab right up this side, and we can see in there, he's got the race face on. You can see him coming on the car. That's Harrison Tebb getting the job done, moving up into P3, but he's just clipped the grass. Here comes Scott Flack again, but he's run wide too. Harrison just protecting the inside while Scott goes on the outside. Two-way into hell corner's not going to really work. Giving us a great battle for P3 as Jake Elder's moving up on Nick Fiddick as he posts the fastest lap of the race with a 205 point. Although it should be Jake Elder with the fastest lap at the moment with a 205.552. Here we go with Scott Flack going up next to Harrison Tebb. Where is he? Side by side through the cutting. Can't get the job done there, but really get him under brakes in the cutting or across the top. We're on board with Harrison Tebb at the moment in P3. Like he's managed to get a good exit on that one. Just gapping Scott Flack a little bit there. Look up the front with Nick Fiddick. He's currently in P1. You can see Jake Elder trying to chase him down, but it's still a 1.3 second gap across the top. As we come down, where we see Nick settling in, using the curves to hold the car straight as Jake Elder's just getting loose there. He's really trying, he's pushing his hardest. He has got the fastest lap of the race, Jake Elder in P2. But Nick's just locking up the insides there as he's trying to pull up the not so heavy car. It looks a lot heavier than what it is. Definitely stronger around the course of Bathurst at the moment. Lapping in the 205.8s. See where the other guys are. We've got Paul Anderson moving up into P4. Something's happened to Scott Flack. Not too sure what happened there, but Paul Anderson's moved up into P4. And Scott Flack must have had a big crash across the top there. We did miss it. He is struggling to hold it straight. That's Paul Anderson moving up into P4 at the moment on his debut run with Racecentre. And we've got Demetrius Iliopoulos in P6 at the moment. After that early incident's put him a bit further back in the pack, but he's doing a great job. It's his first round racing with us tonight. He's practiced fairly hard, so he's doing really well. Back up the front, it's Nick Fiddick in the Bentley with Jake Elder coming up the cutting there. You can see the gap there, and there's a gap back to Harrison Tebb in P3 as well. So the top three now within 4 seconds of each other. Jake Elder just touching the wall there, so is Harrison Tebb. So it could be that the tyres are starting to wear out, so they really need to start managing the tyre wear. We're 10 minutes down, we've got another 15 minutes to go here. By the end of the night, they'll really get to know how these cars are working those tyres around this circuit. Looks like it's Nick Fiddick up the front just running away with it with a 3 second gap now. Jake, you saw just touching the wall there is costing him a bit of time. You can see just the inside lefts are really locking up as well. So they might want to tweak the brake bias. Maybe bring the pressures further to the back. So we're watching Jake Elder in P2 behind him. Harrison Tebb chasing him down. There's a gap closing down. We've got showing a 2 second gap, but it looks a lot closer than that at the moment. As you can visually see the gap there now. Got Paul Anderson cutting laps. He's actually, looks like he's closing in a bit too. He's definitely improving, just running a bit wide there. Commentator's curse, of course. Scott Flack trying to re-stabilise and regroup. I know he's carrying an injury. He's sprained a wrist, so he's not handling the force feedback. And the power steering's not working in his car as well, so he's doing it twice as tough at the moment. That's Scott Flack currently in P5 at the moment. Great view of Nick Fiddick going up the cutting there with Jake Elder close behind him. Just over 13 minutes to go now. Oh, Nick just crossing up there on the Forest Elbow. Easy thing to do, to be honest. But you're really going to wear your tyres out really quick if you're not careful. And you can see him still pulling out a bit of a gap. They're all starting to spread out now, so the gap's definitely showing and getting larger with Jake Elder 4.2 seconds behind the leader. See Harrison Tebb just getting it crossed up. Getting the inside curve, which you want to do in the GT3s, just to help it turn and get on the gas a bit earlier through the turn. V8 you can't really afford to do that too much, otherwise you disturb the balance of the car and likely to end up in the grass there or in the wall on the left hand side of the exit of the chase there. With 25-minute races at just over 2 minutes a lap, we're probably looking at about 12-lap race. So we're probably at the 6-lap mark. Just see Paul Anderson in P4 going up Mountain Straight. Doing a great job. We might go on board with him and he can show us the lap. Anderson coming down the main straight. I won't say the main straight, Conrod. Into the chase there. Let's see if we can see his current speed. Currently showing us the current speed there. Kilometers an hour. So he's crossing the line about 160, 170 kilometers an hour, and that's just under 10 minutes to go now. Go back through the field, up the front. There's the gap. We can see Nick Fiddick in P1, 3.7 seconds. That's coming down. I remember it being 4 seconds to Jake Elder, so Jake's settling into the Beamer. He only turned up about 10 minutes before Polly started, so he's doing a great job getting used to the car now. But Nick Fiddick definitely dominating out front at the moment. Just needs to hold his composure. The gap back down to 3.5 seconds. You can see him just clip the wall there. Beautiful Beamer of M6 of Jake Elder at the moment. He's in P2 chasing down Nick Fiddick and protecting his gap back to Harrison Tebb, who's falling off a bit. I can hear Nick Fiddick not happy with himself. He probably hit the wall there at Forest Elbow. That's probably going to reduce the gap back to Jake Elder in P2. Let's see if there's a gap. That's definitely closed. The gap's down to almost just under 3 seconds, but hovering just on 3 seconds at the moment. So Nick just needs to concentrate here. He's only got 8 minutes to go, which is about 4 laps. He can definitely hold out. He just needs to hold firm and not make those silly little mistakes there. Oh, someone's just hit the wall there. It looked like saw a lot of smoke down at Murray's corner there, but it looks like Harrison's done alright. He's still in the same position in P3 ahead of Paul Anderson. Oh, that's Scott Flack just spinning out at the chase. Really struggling there, just lost it on the exit of the chase there. Hopefully he regathers and gets back in his rhythm. Really struggling. I know he was cramping up during the V8s the other night. Getting a bit of leg pump on the accelerator. But he did really well. I think he finished P2 or 3 for the round on that round. We've got Dimitrios Iliopoulos in P6. Okay, we'll see if the gap up the front's closing down. It's down to 2.7. So it is falling. Jake is eating away at that lead. But with just under 7 minutes to go, will he have enough to make it to the end? Definitely Nick gets through Forest Elbow a lot cleaner that time, so he hasn't given any time away there. Visually you can see the gaps stretch out 3 seconds now, so probably Jake not getting as good an exit out of Forest Elbow on that lap. But the time keeps changing, so we'll see towards the end of the race. Okay. Looks like they'll probably go for 4 more laps here, because he's just crossed the line with 6 minutes to go. Actually, no, I lie. That's probably 3 more laps to go. This will be the 3rd. Nick's probably very nervous looking in his mirrors at the moment. Definitely got a good line through there. He's not giving anything away there. Jake running a tight line out of Griffin's Bend there. That front left really locking up, but Nick's still holding her. Not really losing too much momentum, but as I say that, he's just scraped the wall there on the exit of the cutting. It's probably going to lose him a little bit of time as the gap's down just over 2 seconds now. Oh, we just cut away. It probably looked like Jake was heading towards the wall there. I'm sure he's fine. Watching Nick Fiddick come down Skyline now into the dipper. These two are racing from inside the Racecentre headquarters inside Entertainment Park in Bankstown. So they're in the same room, but they're both on headsets, so they can't really start sledging each other yet. Gap stabilising at 2.4 seconds. Looks like Harrison's dropping off a bit in P3, but still comfortable in P3 at the moment. Paul Anderson doing a great job coming down Skyline to Forest Elbow. He's still in P4 ahead of Scott Flack, who could be gaining, but he's got 13 seconds to get in about 2 or 3 more laps. Probably unlikely unless Paul unfortunately has an incident. Looks like Scott's getting it wild there in the Forest Elbow. Not really hitting his marks there. He's exited quite shallow there at Forest Elbow. I can hear Nick not happy with himself as the gap's closing to under 2 seconds now. Oh, this will be very tight, ladies and gentlemen. We've probably got 2 laps to go and the gap's at 1.5 seconds. Looks like he's cut almost half a second just on that lap alone, but Jay's going to have to dig deeper if he's going to catch him for the line. It's one thing to catch, but it's another to overtake. So hopefully Nick's got enough tyres to hold off, and Jake hasn't burned up too much tyre to try and catch him. 3 minutes to go. I'd say this is the second last lap. Just quickly cut across to see where the other guys are before this battle probably consumes our time. Harrison Tebb just coming across Solomon, and then McPhillamy. That's Paul Anderson coming up Griffin's Bend there. Scott Flack just coming out of Griffin's up to the cutting. I meant to say Paul coming out of cutting, not Griffin's. And Demetrius just running wide there at Hell Corner. Back up the front now. Nick's definitely getting nervous, as you can see. Really closing in behind him. This is definitely the second last lap, so he's just got to hold on one more lap, I'd say. With them lapping at 2:05, they're crossing the line underneath that, so I'd say this is definitely the last lap. We'll see the check flag on the next one, so Jake will enough in the team to catch Nick Fittick. Nick's just locking up there. But Jake's not really gaining on that corner alone, so we'll see if he manages to get any closer gap across the top of the mountain. We can see them both going up through Griffin's Bend. The gap down under a second now. Took about 1.8 seconds off that last lap, so got to improve on that if he's going to change this lap. I reckon it's going to come down the last corner of the race. This gap now closing back up again. Nick just scraping the wall. That's going to cost him a bit of time. Gap down to half a second. But visually we can definitely see it coming into play there. Jake's right up there now. Forced him wide, and so he's yielded to let Nick in front and take the win. So it looks like Nick's going to cross the line ahead of, congratulations to Nick Fittick, regaining the lead after lap 1 and quite demanding throughout the race, and did just enough to hold the lead. That's P's 1 and 2 crossing the line there. And here comes Harrison Tebb through Murray's Corner to take P3. And we're looking for Paul Anderson coming through the chase there. Got Paul Anderson coming in Murray's Corner for the final time of race 1. Good effort from him, Paul Anderson P4, and he's opening race with us at Racecentre. And there's Scott Flack. Close gap to 6 seconds, but not enough time in the race to improve on that. So Scott Flack will finish P5. And here comes Dimitris Iliopoulos. Been working really hard to improve his craft on this car and track. He comes out of the chase now for the last time in the first race. Into Hell Corner for the last time, crossing the line, P6. Good effort from him. He knows he'll have some things to learn and some valuable mistakes he can improve on, but that all comes with experience. So that's race 1. Nick Fiddick in P1, Jake Elder right behind him in P2. Would have been good if we saw them battling for the next few corners, but it looks like they come together on Conrad Straight, so that's the way it stays. Harrison Tebb in P3. Paul Anderson in his maiden race with us in P4. Scott Flack in P5 with a couple of monstrous mistakes there, costing him a couple of positions. And P6 is Dimitrios Iliopoulos. So that's race 1. We're going to do it all again for race 2, reverse grid. So bear with us as we set the grid for race 2. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burley Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James.
There's a new whiskey in town, one that embodies the strength and character of our people, that dares to do it our own way, crafted by a master distiller to create something uniquely Australian. Ned, Australian whiskey.
If you believe in it, then anything is possible.
Okay, welcome back. We're about to start race 2. Just waiting for a couple of drivers to come back, and then we'll get into it for race 2. 25 minutes once again, and we'll get the same guys. I think another one's trying to join as well. We just saw, unfortunately, in race 1, Jake Elder chasing Nick Fiddick, but accidentally coming together at Conrod. So he's yielded. So we'll see how these two fare out for the second race. Also, Scott Flack had a couple of big hits, which cost him a lot of time. So we've got our drivers back, so I'll just make sure the guys are ready. Okay, we're ready. Race 2. Race 2 now. Don't forget to take out your fuel. Alright. Formation lap.
Attention grid, all non-essential personnel leave the grid now.
You can go out and back in again. You got 5 seconds, hit drive as soon as you can. Formation lap. Okay, so we'll just show you the starting grid again. Dimitris Eliopoulos is going to be starting off pole. Next to him, Paul Anderson. Scott Flack in second row of the grid in P3. Harrison Tebb next to him. Behind them will be Jake Elder and Nicholas Fiddick in the Bentley. We'll see how that goes for race 2. Race 2 always gives us plenty of excitement with reverse grid. So this is based, reverse grid based from your quality results. Okay, so we're rolling across the top. Guys should be weaving left to right to get some temps up into the tyres for the first race. This will be Dimitrios's first start from the front of the grid, so he knows how to do some launches, as we went over some launch techniques during the weekend, mainly for the V8s because he's joining us in the V8 league as well, but tonight he's come along for the GT3, so it should be the same. Just got to find his bite point. We're following Paul Anderson at the moment in the Bentley. You can see just behind the red Ferrari, Riot 8. Huge cars on track, but very nimble as well. Same with the M6. You can see how much bigger they are compared to the little McLaren hiding behind the Bentley there. So roll down into the chase now. You can see the front runners weaving, getting some heat in the fronts. Let's hope the guys at the front get a good launch and take us up the mountain for the first time in front. Okay, so it's going to be Dimitrios Eliopoulos, P1, Paul Anderson next to him in the Bentley, starting us off. Beautiful red Ferrari, Maranello Motorsport. Be good to see him back at the Bathurst 12-hour as they line up and grid up, get into their boxes. Once they do, the time will start. Okay, you can see 6 seconds. One that gets to 0 should be off. Watch for the green flag, the green lights in the background. 1 second to go. Off they go. Scott Flack just getting it loose there, getting a better start once again, but he's getting squeezed out. Oh, Paul just coming across there, getting a bit messy across up Mountain Straight, but that's what we love. We love the spectacle, and here we go up Mountain Straight for the first time. Oh, you can see Nick Fiddick really pushing front of Nick Fiddick there. There he goes. Get in front of Scott Flack, I should say. Flack just happy for him to get through. Dimitrios has slid back to P2. Paul Anderson up front at the moment. Great job from him. We've got Harrison Tebb breathing down his neck. Opening lap of the second race. Down the back there. I think that's Nick Fiddick right up beside him. Nick's trying to go around the outside, which he gets the job done. Jake's trying to follow, but Dimitrios just hits the wall there. He's losing concentration, but he's managed to get it back. I've got Jake Elder just scraping up on the wall there. Getting a bit messy down in the Forest Elbow. He's got Scott Flack right behind him. Oh, and this is Harrison Tebb trying to come up on Paul Anderson at the moment. Who's going to be? Is he going to get it up the inside? Yes, he does. Who else is behind him at the moment? Looks like Nick Fiddick, race 1 winner, coming up to playing P2 from the Bentley teammate down the main straight. I guess he's going to go up the inside belt corner, so I'm going to have to be pretty quick to catch him. Here he goes. Oh, they go side by side. Paul making him work really hard there. He's got the job done. So it's Harrison Tebb taking us up the second lap up Mountain Straight with the two Bentleys, Fiddick and Anderson. Jake Elder dropping back there. He's dropped back to the back. Not too sure what happened there. He's up next to Dimitrios at the moment. And he moves back up into P5. He's got a bit of work to do if he's going to get back up the front. These guys are going to hold him out a lot, and make him work for it, spend a lot more tyres, and that'll affect his chase for Nick Fiddick, who's currently in P2 at the moment. Here we have Harrison Tebb up in the P1 at the moment. Just getting a bit squirrely coming down Skyline at the moment. He controls it into the dipper. He's got a 1.2 second gap over the leaders now. Looks like Anderson and Flack are together. I can hear Demetrius going backwards. Oh, and he's on the roof. That's Demetrius flipping himself back over. Good job. Nick Fiddick, P2 still chasing down with a 0.7 second gap. There's a gap there. And Paul Anderson just dropping back there, but he's got Scott Flack to keep him company into Hell Corner. Looks like he was just locking up mid-corner there. As Nick Fiddick just claiming the fastest lap of the race, which was slightly faster than last race at 2:05.476. I love watching this angle of two guys. Scott Flack just tucking in behind him, going up the chase. We get him up on the inside. He's just choosing to stay there. You can see Jake just going wide there around the outside. There's the 20 minutes to go warning. See the huge rear wing on the Bentley. Just blocking our view to Scott Flack in the McLaren. But you know he's just waiting to pounce. Waiting for Paul Anderson to make a mistake. He'll try and go deep on the inside. Paul's too strong coming down the hill. Scott's just choosing to keep it in position with Jake Ellis squeezing on the back of these two as well. Scott Flack just opening wide there. That's Elric getting up on the front. Oh, Flack just moving over. Not sure if he was aware that Jake Elric was there in front of him or next to him. There goes Jake Elric on the inside. Gets the job done. Oh, now we've got a bottleneck up the front. Now we're on board with Paul Anderson looking back at Jake Elder, but we've also got just in front of them, that's Harrison Tebb posting the fastest lap of the race, so 2:05.3, that's huge. You see Jake Elder just going up the inside there. Oh, he's lost it right in front of Paul. It's not helping the situation too much either. So that's Paul slipping back into P4 at the moment. He's got Scott Flack right behind him as well. But a bit of a gap there. So back up front, Harrison Tebb stretching that lead to 5 seconds to Nick Fiddick. And there's a gap there just coming round. We're following Nick Fiddick in P2. So it's up to a 6 second lead now. Harrison's got on the rest of the field. Harrison really pushing at the moment, posting 2:05.3 was his last lap, which is the fastest lap of the race so far. And Paul Anderson posting his personal best time of a 2:08.299. Oh, just locking up, just scraping the wall. It does cost you a little bit of time, but looks like it hasn't affected too much, although the gap now is down to 5.5 seconds as we go down into Forest Elbow. That's Nick Fiddick to Jake Elder. That's a 2.7 second gap, but the leader's just stretching his legs out in front in the Mercedes AMG. Oh, lads. Oh, hold it. Oh, he's going to lose it, but he's done well not to get in front of anyone else and gives an easy position back to Jake Elder. And here comes Paul Anderson. Two Bentleys fighting over the road. Oh, Paul just trying to come in tight there. They go side by side down the main straight. It's Nick Fiddick on the inside. He'll probably get the best line for Hell Corner if he doesn't lock it up too much here, which he doesn't, but it's affected his exit speed. So Paul will be able to catch up on the back here. Paul trying to come up the inside there. But Nick too strong. Paul's just gone wide and scraped the wall there. Going up through the cutting on board with Paul at the moment. He's got Scott Flack right behind him. McLaren once again. There's no room to overtake through this section. He's just got to wait for Forest Elbow, really. So that gap just stretches out a little bit. Paul a bit stronger through the grade there. Going into the dipper, holding out from Scott Flack. Got Jake Elder in P2, chasing down Harrison Tebb out in front. He's got that out to a 7.6 second lead. How is that happening? He's just posted a 205 flat, so that is the new fastest lap of the race. 205.067 as opposed to Jake Elder's 206.124. He's smashing it at the moment. Probably swapped seats with the stick, but Harrison is definitely an accomplished sim racer, so he's probably learned a lot from the first race, and he's putting it into play in the second one. It's really paying off for him because he's stretching that lead out to a 6 second gap at the moment. But Jake Elder, oh my God, Jake Elder 204.4. That is a huge difference, and he's put at least 1.5 seconds on Harrison Tebb out in front there. Okay, so Jake Elder still smashing at the moment. We'll bring up his quali box so we can see the sectors, see if he's on a fly, and there he is. He's just increasing his fastest first sector of the race at the moment with a 49.027. He's chasing really hard to get on the back of Harrison Tebb at the moment. Harrison halfway down Conrad as Jake's just exiting. Oh, there's a gap, you can see it now, coming down to 5.2 seconds. 12 minutes to go in the race, we're almost halfway there. So maybe Harrison needs to push a bit harder to maintain that gap out front, or just wait for Jake to get there and try and stay with him and then do something towards the end of the race. But we'll go through Paul Anderson in P3. Scott Flack right behind him in P4. These guys have been pretty close all race. Scott Flack unable to get the job done and move up, but I think the McLaren's a bit softer, as we see Jake Elder smashing another fastest lap of the race there with a 204.418. Nick Fiddick just coming through Hell Corner there, just locking up. You can see him really butchering those fronts. Probably needs to work with that brake bias at the moment, as Dimitrios Heliopoulos is in P6 coming down Conrad at the moment. Go back to the leader going up the cutting, and soon we should see, there he is, Jake Elder coming up the cutting as well, so the gap down to 4.6 seconds as Jake put over 2.3 seconds on Harrison Tebb just in that one lap. So it looks like Jake's really put the turbo on. But has he spent too much tyres to try and catch him? This is always the question we ask at the end of the race, because 25 minutes is pretty much a full stint on these tyres for the GT3 class. So this race always plays itself towards the end. Only time will tell as we're watching Harrison Tebb come down Conrad Straight now. But Jake Elder halfway down Conrad as well with the gap 4.48. This is Paul Anderson and Scott Flack again. Our closest battle of the race so far at the moment, with just over 10 minutes to go. Paul doing a great job. Watch him as he takes us round Murray's Corner. You can see him just getting a bit crossed up there. 10 minutes to go as we cross the line under the bridge. Across the start finish line into Hell Corner. Just got to hit the inside apex and let the car roll out to get maximum top speed up Mountain Straight. Tail end of that ripple strip on the left hand side, touching it nice and tight, letting it roll out, but coming back in second gear up the cutting. Doesn't want to give away too much wheel spin up here as he whacks it in the third. Bit tight there for the next right hander. Not going to give him a good exit through this section, but good enough to hold Scott Flack off at the moment, as there's nowhere really to pass. He's just protecting his line at the moment, definitely hitting all his marks. He comes down Skyline, there's Scott Flack right behind him. Half over the ripple, that's what you want to do. And just settle the car down in the second gear. Bring it down through the cutting, through the dipper I should say. Scott's really closing up behind him now. I love this follow shot. Scott Flack's got the opportunity to get up right behind him. Car's big enough to give it good windbreaker, as we see Scott Flack just going up the inside, trying to get his nose in front to the chase. It's side by side. What's happening there? He's going to come up the inside. He's deep under brakes, really overshoot it. No, he's got the job done. That's Scott Flack up into P3 at the moment, ahead of Paul Anderson. That's him crossing the line, going up Mountain Straight into P3. Let's see how the top two are doing. What's the gap down to 2.3 seconds? So visually we can see that coming down again. Flag marshals are out today doing a great job, volunteering, giving up their time to marshal this race tonight. Like to congratulate them. Harrison's probably getting nervous. Oh, Jake Elder just hitting the wall there. That cost him a bit of time, definitely, and that's a bit of a relief for Harrison as he wants to get a good run out of here and just clips it on the edge. But yeah, looks like Jake's struggling on those tyres. We'll see if that was just a once-off or whether he's going to keep hitting. But we've got back in the pack, it's Paul Anderson back on the back of Scott Flack. So it looks like he's regrouped, got his rhythm back, and he's on the charge. He wants that P3 from Scott Flack. I can hear Nick Fiddick trying to chase these guys down. He's 5 seconds back with 6 minutes to go. He's going to have to catch him at 2 seconds a lap. This is going to be a tough, tall order because these guys are really keeping each other competitive and maximising each lap time. They're not giving anything away at the moment. Anderson just slightly dropping off there. Still in touch enough to got the carrot in front of him, and you know it is colour orange, so it's the right colour, but he's got to chase it down. He can't give away too much more time on that gap if he's going to make a move towards the end of the race, as Nick Fiddick is going to be charging hard behind pretty soon. Back up the front, there it is, Harrison Tebb, Jake Elder right behind him, 2 seconds back. So it looks like Jake's got his composure back and wanting to chase him down again. Harrison's still comfortably hitting his marks there. So is Jake. Jake's come through that one a lot better. Both come through the elbow, but that gap is definitely closing down to 1.3 seconds. So this battle will definitely ensue towards the end. Scott Flack and Paul Anderson still remaining at the 1.3, 1.5 second gap. Scott just running wide there. This is going to allow Paul up the front, but he's also hit the wall too, so probably copied Scott in front, or there's some oil on the track there affecting the braking zone into Forest Elbow. As these guys are trying to close in on each other, Jake Elder's definitely do the job on Harrison. So we watch Harrison go through Hell Corner, just lighting up the rear. So too is Jake. Definitely getting on the gas early. Here they come. Drag race up the top. Harrison wants to weave and break that toe that he's giving to Jake, because Jake's coming right up the back of him now. We'll see how close he gets under brakes up into Griffin's Bend. So they tackle the right hander up the hill. Who's got more torque coming up the hill? Looks like Harrison's holding his own. The gap's still remaining. Got to get through here cleanly. This will be a great battle once they get together with 3 minutes to go. This is probably the second last lap of the race. Jake's really working the wheel at the moment. I can watch him here from inside Entertainment Park as we're racing from the Racecentre headquarters located at Entertainment Park at Bankstown. So they come across the top. We'll get on board with Jake Elder and watch him chase down Harrison out in P1. This is for the lead, ladies and gents. 2.5 minutes to go. Probably 1.5 laps to go as well. So can Jake get it done? He almost got on the back of Nick, but made that mistake halfway down the prod. Will he repeat that mistake again in the second race? Jake coming down the gears, nice Nice and cleanly there, but Harrison's looking in his mirrors on the exit, and that's costing time. Here they come down into the Murray's corner. Harrison trying to go deep, forcing them both wide, but got to protect the inside. Harrison. Oh, he's trying to protect, but not good enough for Jake. Oh, he's gonna. Oh no. Harrison just squeezed him out, and that's cost Jake front end grip, and he's lost it into that turn. There enough room for Jake, or did Harrison come across too much, taking too much racing room from Jake Elder? We'll have to have a look at that. That's given Harrison some breathing space now. 3 seconds with 1 lap to go. That's probably not going to happen. So looks like Scott Flack is pulling away from Paul Anderson now with making that a 4-second gap. You can see Paul in the background there. Nick Fiddick. Oh, this is the last lap. Nick Fiddick really storming on. His last lap was a 2:07.1, and that was a 2.5 faster than Paul Anderson. He's definitely within. No, he's just outside of 1.5 seconds. So probably not enough laps there for Nick to get another position, or try to get another position from Paul. So he may finish in P5 at the moment with Dimitrios Iliopoulos in P6 for his second race of the season in the GT3 league. So up front, coming out of Forest Elbow, it's Harrison Tebb for the last time of the race. Okay, you can see the timer finishing. So the first one across the line now is the winner of the race. It looks like it's going to be Harrison Tebb as he brakes hard coming into the chase. Here he comes, last corner there. You can see in the background Jake Elder in P2. Here he comes, congratulations, taking the checkered flag. He's happy about that. And that's P1 for Harrison Tebb with Jake Elder behind him. We'll see he's in P3. Scott Flack, Paul Anderson right behind him. Definitely closed up on the last lap, but probably not enough laps as Scott Flack takes P3 with Paul Anderson and Nick Fiddick just locking up into Murray's corner there, and he'll cross the line in P5. So pretty close with the first 5 guys, within 5-6 seconds of each other. So looking forward to the third race of the night. And we've got Dimitrios just waiting for him to come down Conrad and claim P6. Again, it's his first race of the night, so great effort from him. Coming down into Murray's corner now. And that's him crossing the line to take P6. So the results: Harrison Tebb P1, Jake Elder P2, coming together at Hell Corner on the last lap there. Scott Flack in P3, just ahead of Paul Anderson, almost got him there. Nick Fiddick in P5 after that earlier mistake, cost him dearly. And Dimitrios Iliopoulos finishing in P6. Okay, so we're going to have another quick break and get straight into the third race. So just bear with us after this commercial break. With thanks to our sponsors, Julian James at Burleigh Heads, Racecentre is proud to announce that we'll be giving away this Supercars Limited Edition Pulsar watch to the winner of our 2020 V8 League season. The special watch features include chronograph function, stainless steel hard-coated case with black pattern leather strap and red stitching, date, calendar and 100 meters water resistant. Once again, we'd like to thank our friends at Julian James. Okay, welcome back ladies and gentlemen. We're in the third and final race of the evening. Another 25-minute race. We've sorted out the grid. The boys are out on their warm-up lap, or formation lap I should say. And this is how they'll grid up for the last race. On P1 it'll be Jay Gelder, next to him Harrison Tebb. Nick Fiddick after that 5th position's put him back for a P3 start, and then Scott Flack will be next to him. So P5 will be Paul Anderson, and in P6 will be Demetrios Filiopoulos. Alright, for the third 25-minute race of the night. So this will be the last race of the evening. After this, we'll have our second round on June 2nd. Track yet to be decided because we haven't finalised the calendar as yet. If you want to join us tomorrow night, we've got our Formula 1 league starting. So if you want to come down at Entertainment Park, join us here at Racecentre headquarters. You can definitely race with us. We'll be round 1 of the Formula 1 season will be at Spain. So if you loved the race last week or a couple of weekends ago now at Spain, you can definitely join us on track for that. Just following Demetrios Filiopoulos in the Ferrari 488, the only Ferrari out there today. Also got a Beamer, Mercedes, Bentley and a McLaren. So good spread of cars for this race. For this round, hopefully we can get some more drivers in for next round, as we had a few guys that couldn't make it with us tonight. And we had some power outages as well, so probably could have delayed it, but after all the hype we gave it, we definitely needed to get going on the season. As it is a tight schedule for us here at Racecentre. Alright, so we're just waiting for them to grid up. So Demetrius, there's the grid so far. Paul Anderson, Scott Flack, Nick Fiddick, Harrison Tebb, Jay Gelder. Here we go, 1 second to the start of the race, 25 minutes, race 3, here we go. Oh, Scott always getting a good run and he's trying to squeeze it up the inside. Is he going to go? Oh, this is going to be tricky. Oh, really spread. There goes Nick Fiddick right up through the middle, so the guys coming together. Demetrios just bumping out accidentally Scott Flack, so he's the worst of it. Tried to squeeze it up in on the inside on the opening corner, but that never goes well, and he's been pushed back, unfortunately, up Mountain Straight. So he's got a bit of work to do. I'm sure we'll see him make some good overtakes on the way through to the front. But we're watching Nick Fiddick, race 1 race winner, coming. Oh, and he's getting it squarely up the top. Really struggling on those cold tyres as Jake Elder comes up the inside of him now. Oh, Jake's just gone straight ahead into that wall, trying to maintain that speed. When you're on the inside, you really can't carry that same speed. But unfortunately, he had Nick right behind him to force the issue, so it definitely forced a mistake, but he manages to hold position as Harrison's just locked up and had to yield there. He's probably not sure how many positions he wants to yield, but he's slid back into P2 and Jake Elder's taken the lead. Nick just yelling out through his helmet there. He's dropping back a little bit there, but Demetrius up in P4 at the moment. And that's again Paul Anderson and Scott Flack. Can't leave each other alone. Yeah, look how close they are, brother, side by side. They do come together into the braking zone, but Scott's gone around the outside. Will he pull it back in time? Yes. Just brings it back in the white and yellow triples. And that's Scott Flack up into P5. We'll look at Demetrios at the moment, taking the start-finish line in P4 at the moment. His best position so far. Let's hope he holds that for a couple more laps. As they run up Mountain Straight, Scott getting up the inside there. Down the back of the Ferrari pipes there. Beautiful scenes as we look over the mountainside of Bathurst. Mount Panorama, I should say, down in the township of Bathurst. Three paddling down Skyline. And the dipper Demetrius really taking that well. As the guys can't get behind, can't get past him at the moment. There's another battle up front. It's a three-way for the lead with Harrison Tebb in the middle. I love looking back, especially down Conrad into the chase there. Harrison's sneaking up the inside, but he's just holding his own line there. Jake doing a good job just to keep firm, hold his own line. Doesn't need to protect because there's no alternative through there. As they all come through Murray's corner, that's Jake Elder, Harrison Tebben, Nicholas Fiddick in that order. Harrison Tebb in the middle, posting the fastest lap with a 205.287. And they go for their another run up Mountain Straight. Those three are pretty comfortable there. We've got Leopoldo still defending from Scott Flack. Scott Flack trying to take the wide line. That's not going to help him either. Fully squeezed on the outside. Demetrios definitely taking the thin line there. Probably distracting or blocking the exit of any possible overtakes from Scott Flack. Will he make it up the inside? It's not the position to do it, and they come come together, and there goes Scott Flack. Oh, he's smashed in. That's Scott Flack. There's accidents all over the circuit here now, so I hear Nick Fiddick also hitting the wall. There he is. Dimitrios catching him. His rear tyres are probably really heating up there. We missed that as we were watching the other accident across Skyline. So this lap has definitely put a curse on half the field here. As we've rejoined and resettled, it's still Jake Elder out in front, Harrison Tebb, Nick Fiddick in the top three, but the gap's climbed. And we've got Dimitrios Iliopoulos chasing Nick Fiddick for P3 at the moment. It's only 7 minutes down, or less than 7 minutes down. We've got 18 minutes to go. This is the closest pair we've got on track at the moment. So we'll stick with this as we're watching Nick Fiddick just trying to get his rhythm back, composure. He's not too happy about whatever happened up top. And Jake Elder posting a 2:04.642, fastest lap of the race. With definitely faster middle sectors. And that gap's stretching out a little bit now, as you can see. Nick's really putting his head down, trying to chase the guys up front. And we've got Jake Elder and Harrison Tebb at the moment. The two come together in the second race. Oh, Jake just getting the rear wide and clipping the wall there. He's got to get a good rhythm across the top here as he definitely rolls over the grate to get across the inside and just scraping along that wall there. So who's that? We've heard accident in sector 1. Oh, and he's just come across ahead of Scott Flack. He couldn't really see where he was going because he was sideways to the circuit. He had no choice but to take off, and that's affected Scott Flack. He's going now. Oh, and that's flipped Scott Flack on his side there. He's managed to get it back on all fours, and hopefully he can take off again. Not the best place to see Nick Fiddick getting loose again. Really struggling on those tyres. I can see he's into the yellows already. The temps are up high. We're back in a... See Scott Flack just rolling off only just. He's dropped back a fair bit, losing at least 20 seconds there, trying to get back on track as Jake Elder's coming down through the chase to take us through with 16 minutes to go ahead of Harrison Tebb. Oof. Jake just getting loose coming out of there. The rear's lighting up quite heavily. Trying to look for the closest gap at the moment. You can see on the timing screen in the top left, it's Jake Elder and Harrison Tebb, but we've got an incident, and that's Paul Anderson just, I think, hugging those ripples a bit too much, and it's hooked up the car and thrown him inside, which is a common thing to do if you don't get the line right or you get on the gas too early. Really unsettle the car and flick it wide. But he's quite comfortable in P5 at the moment with a 17-second gap behind him and a 20-second gap in front of him. The boys really spread out now after those earlier mistakes. Nick's still struggling to keep control of those tyres as he keeps lightening it up there. We can see Jake's speed there coming through Forest Elbow just on 100k on the exit. Harrison just touching the wall there behind him. He's definitely doing his best to stay in touch with Jake Elder. He knows towards the end of the race he can close it in because he's did it last race. So let's see if he can repeat that again as the gap's only 3.3 seconds at the moment. Nick Fiddick in P3 coming out of Forest Elbow, just starting Conrod. We've got Dimitrios Iliopoulos coming through Forest Elbow as well. starting his run down Conrod as well. He's racing from inside Racecentre headquarters at Entertainment Park. And he's one of our rookies starting tonight. Paul Anderson settled himself. He's coming out of Forest Elbow as well, so you can definitely see the large time gaps there. And we've got Scott Flack probably still up the top of the mountain there. Unfortunately, coming together with Dimitrios trying to take off outside the cutting. That's forced him back into P6. Go up front to the leaders. Just go on board, watch how he does it coming out of the cutting. Going through there in fourth gear, really struggling to get the fronts to fight. Either he's carrying too much speed or he's heating up the fronts a bit too much now at the moment. He doesn't really need to do that, he just needs to maintain that gap back to P2. Make sure he's got enough towards the end in 13 minutes time. Coming down the dipper there, second gear. Quickly out of third, up into fourth maybe, and then back down to third. And then second for the apex of the Forest Elbow. He's hit that mark quite nicely. He'll get maximum speed down the end of Conrod coming into the chase. About 268, 270 I think, as we come over the crest down into the chase. We'll see the time in his bottom right hand box there, up into 260, he just got to 260 before getting in the braking zone, taking the chasing third gear, coming up under Liquid Molly Bridge, formerly known as Dunlop Bridge. Through Murray's Corner, down the main straight, under the overpass along Pit Straight now. Got just under 12 and a half minutes to go. It's about halfway or just over halfway now. Make sure you follow us on our socials, Racecentre and Entertainment Park Sydney. They're the Facebook tags. I'm sure you'll find the Instagram tags if you want to follow us throughout the year. So that's how Jake Elder got it done. And that's Harrison Tebb coming up through the cutting, trying to chase him down, but the gap's spreading out to 5.6 seconds at the moment. Nick Fiddick charging him down, getting that gap just under 20 seconds, let's say. And Ilya Bolas in the Ferrari 488 holding firm in P4 at the moment. Definitely improving throughout the night as his lap times are consistently coming down now. His fastest lap of the race at 2:08.619. See the gaps on the timing screens really spreading out now. The closest is the front two with a 5 second gap. Looks like it's closing down, but depending on what part of the track, it's blown out to 6 seconds now. So either Jake Elder's putting the time down. There's a 10-minute warning with 10 minutes to go. We're on board with Dimitrios, really applause. Seeing how he gets it done. Braking hard into Murray's corner. Will he take the inside curve? Just clips the exit, which is what you want to do. Nice marks there, hitting the marks. Braking at the 150 or the 100, down the second gear, through Hell Corner. Just getting the rear out there. Shouldn't affect him too much going up the hill. The Ferrari's definitely got a lot of horsepower, a lot of torque coming up Mountain Straight. Up over the crest. Car gets a bit light there. Now we're in the deep braking at the 100 metre mark, down to second or third. Keeps it in third, gets wide on the apex, and you can see him just overcorrecting there, going on the inside, so he needs to recompose and just hit the inside and let it drift out, down the second gear, up in tight, up the cutting. Minimise the wheel spin up there, which he did, he short shifted into third, up into fourth, on that line, keep that line nice and straight. You've got to go for the imaginary, just goes out the grade there, good line. Just clips the wall there, backs off, turns it in, doesn't get the apex and let it run out wide. Where is he going to break here? Right over the side, block, skyline changes, but he's managed to gather it back and down in the second gear through the dipper. He's out really quickly through there, so that wasn't a bad effort, but the entry was a bit sloppy. Braking hard now down the second gear, nice and tight. Yes, good run out of Forest Elbow. Let's see what his top speed is down the end of Conrod straight into the chase. Up in the sixth gear now, maximum speed, full noise, full accelerator. They won't back off until they go through Caltex Pink. So 258 I'd say was the top speed there. Braking nice and easy, second gear, nice and tight gear. Good exit, nice lines. That's not a bad run from Dimitrios. Very, very good line. Now we're back to Murray's corner. Just over rotates there, gets on the gasket too early. Comes across to take us through with 7.5 minutes to go. See how Paul's going in P5, coming through the chase now. His fastest lap of the race is 209.161. Sorry. His last lap was a 209, his best lap was a 207.961. So he takes us through Murray's corner with 7 minutes to go, crossing the line in P5. Behind him, Scott Flack. It's either just being lapped by Nick Fiddick out in front. I'm not too sure what's going on there, but it looks like he's 92 seconds down behind P9. So if I'm to look at the gap to leader, I'd say it's so it's down a lap. So that's him getting lapped at the moment. And that's Nick Fiddick just in front. So I'll go back to the front, see what the gaps are there. 6.76 seconds. It's definitely, if it stays the way it is, this will be the third winner of the night over the 3 races. Jake's been itching up the front the first 2 races, but it looks like if he holds firm now with 6 minutes to go, he'll be able to take the third win of the night. And we'll be able to post up our championship table just before the next coverage, which will be on the 2nd of June. Track to be announced. That's Harrison Tebb doing his best to chase down Jake Elder in P1. He's very comfortable in P2 at the moment. Nick Fiddick coming behind. Scott Flack trying to keep in touch with Nick to reduce the gap to Paul Anderson in P5 at the moment. Trying to stay in behind him with the draft. Can't really overtake because he'll just get the blue flag again. So they drag each other up Mountain Straight. Beautiful track, Mount Panorama. Definitely a beautiful version of the circuit on the RF2 R-Factor 2 service, thanks to Hellboy. That's definitely consistent with the GT3 sponsorship as well, with the Continental Series. Sponsorship all over the circuit. So that's Nick Fiddick in P2. Got to give credit to Jake Elder out in front by himself, stretching that lead even further again. So I'm just going to experiment here to see if we can get a different angle of Jake's car. Let's see if we can swing around to the front. I really want to get inside the car. Looks like that's all I got. In the V8 there's a particular view you can get inside the car and watch the whole cockpit and pretty much see through most of the windows of the car. You see Jake with 3 minutes to go, stretching that lead out to 8 seconds now, ahead of Racecentre coming across skyline. Just running wide, he'll be struggling. Gets the job done, and it's just a break just in time to get it through the dipper. Up into fourth, back down to third, and into second for Forest Elbow. Take it nice and tight, trying to keep that inside line. But usually fine because of the descent. It's a lot of temp in the front right, which is really a big factor at Bathurst, especially after a 25-minute race on one set of tyres. Even though they're endurance tyres, we've got the tyre wear souped up to ×2, so that protects your tyre wear on the car. He's definitely hitting his marks quite well. He's got through the chase. As I say, that commentator's curse once again, running wide outside of the chase into Murray's corner. Coming across the start-finish line with a 1 minute 40 to go. We'll see where Jake's at, because this could mean that we're just going to make it inside, and this could be the last lap of the race. So I reckon we're going to get there within a second, or we're going to cross the line. If he crosses the line with 1 second remaining, it means we go again for another two minutes. I'm trying to look for any gaps closing, but it looks like they're spreading out even more now. So while we think this is the last race, we've got a minute to go and we are on top of the mountain. So I dare say this is the last lap of the race. So there's Jake Elder in P1, Racecentre coming through the overpass into P2, just about to go over the grate. Nick Fiddick managed to hold his composure, and he hasn't shaken off Scott Flack, even though he's just lapped Scott Flack. He's going to take out P3. Dimitrios doing an excellent job. P4 still holding that position, really holding his own on this race, and that'll be his best finish for the night. We've got Paul Anderson, after coming together with Scott Flack at the cutting. Unfortunately, they come together same way Dimitrios and Scott Flack come together. And so that's Paul Anderson in P5 at the moment, with Scott Flack trying to keep to the back of Nick Fiddick. But as we watch Jake Elder, with 1 second to go, that's the end of the race. Once he crosses the line, that'll be him for the Race 3 win, going to Jake Elder in the BMW M6, really making that car work. Gets it wide there. Thanks to his pit crew hanging out over the fence there. Congrats to Jake Elder, P1 for Race 3. And depending how all the points play out, it could be that's Harrison Tebb taking P2. And that's Nick Fiddick with finishing P3 with Scott Black taking home P6. And Dimitros, here he comes for the best result of his career so far with us. P4, great effort from him, really put his head down and nailed the third race with the fastest lap, which was his last lap, with a 207.7. Congratulations to him. That's Demetrios Iliopoulos finishing in P4. And here comes Paul Anderson bringing home the Bentley in P5. This will round out the race. And I'll just recap the results once he crosses the line. He gets a good run out of the chase there, coming down to Murray's Corner for the final time. Congratulations to Paul taking P5. So there you have it, the race winner, Jake Elder in the BMW M6, Harrison Tebb in P2, the Scott Taylor Motorsport. AMG, Nick Fiddick settling himself to collect P3. Demetrios Iliopoulos, best result of the evening for him, finishing in P4. Paul Anderson P5, Scott Flack in P6. Okay, so that was the opening round of the GT3 League for Racecentre. Thanks for joining us. Make sure you tune in again on the 2nd of June for the second round of the GT3 League, and also the 26th of May for the second round of the V8s. Be sure to tune in, and we'll see you next time.